we've had some really great positionings before, like that really highlighted the strength of out of home. So, we're a medium you can't skip, we're a medium you can't block. We have very little, if any, fraud. It's like sort of all the ingredients that advertisers like. But I think none of our previous positionings have really stated what we really are, which is the human medium in real life. We're something that you're physically experiencing. It's not online, right? It's where consumers are in their daily lives, on their consumer journey, for lack of a better, maybe a little worn term. And we really wanted to describe that, especially in a world where AI is stealing a lot of audiences. Hard to find people online today, and it's very scattered. Our audiences aren't going anywhere. They're there in real life, and they're human. And we also believe that consumers, and we've seen this in a lot of research that we've done, they appreciate out of home. They don't see it as disruptive. They often see it as a service. We do a ton of public messaging, not just advertising. There's a hurricane, someone's missing, for the ad council, whatever it might be. And kind of all of those components we thought fit really well under the moniker of the human medium. So yeah, that's what we are.
Anna, I know for the past few years you've been working on solving the measurement issue. Obviously, it's an issue that it's constantly evolving. So with that in mind, how is the industry evolving its approach to measurement, and maybe what's still missing?
Well, it's very exciting times, and it's not a secret that out of home has for a long time been considered very hard to measure. It is not as hard to measure anymore as it used to be. But it has struggled with measurement, and we jointly with Geopath, which is the organization within the industry that does the measurement, have undertaken a large project to really modernize and advance our measurement system. So we took about a year to talk to advertisers, to agencies, to tech companies, to really anyone who kind of interacts with out of home, to ask, like, how can we do better, and not how do we fix the measurement we have. What measurement do we need? We found what that is. We put an RFP out, and now we have picked Ipsos as a pilot partner to launch our new measurements. So we're currently in testing, and early next year, or sometime during 2027, we'll have a much better revamped measurement system that is not only doing a better job at measuring, but also really creates comparability between other types of media formats. So it's going to be easier to optimize and really compare out of home to your other parts of your media buy, and that's really exciting. It's also going to help transact out of home programmatically, which is something that advertisers keep asking about. So, and out of home is not just a brand building medium, it's also a great performance medium. So with that in mind, we need better measurement. So it's exciting times. We're taking great strides. I think what's still missing, if anything, is, well, first of all, we're not quite there yet. We have a few more months to build it out. But I think with this new measurement, we're hoping that out of home now can be more included into other measurement systems. So around media mix modeling and attribution and things like that, where we really haven't been present up until now, which has been an issue. I think with this better foundational audience measurement, we're going to get to that too. So that's sort of the link that we're hoping will be filled in after we're done with the pilot.
Well, Anna, it is safe to say that out-of-home's growth within the media mix has been significant the last few years. How do you explain that growth to traditional media planners who've historically underweighted out-of-home?
Well, I do think it comes back to measurement and the complications that you've had just like buying out of home. Out of home is so many different things. Out of home is not just billboards, it's not just bus shelters, it's a lot of different formats. And if you really want it to sing, depending on your goals, but you want to be able to buy audiences across all of these formats and maybe cover a whole city or an area or around a specific event. And that up until now, I think has been considered to be hard. We're getting there too. We're creating better systems for automation. Out of home can now be transacted programmatically. But it is important that we make sure that out of home is part of the broader system so that it can be transacted with other media. Because not only do you want to buy out of home across formats, buy audiences, take over a full location, you also, or several, you might also want to make sure that it jives with other types of media that you have in your buy. So TV, for example, audience extension in out of home, retail media, like driving people to the store, have a message when they leave the store. Really make sure that it fits with a broader media buy, and that's kind of what we need to get to.
So, and as out of home fits in with that broader media buy, and as digital and out of home, traditional out of home converge through programmatic and data, what's the biggest opportunity for out of home that the industry is still also maybe not completely aware of?
Well, there's a few different things. I mean, obviously the ability to use data, since this is a location-based medium, and we talked about it before, it's the human medium, it's a medium that connects directly with consumers. So if you, through digital out of home, have the opportunity to change creative, improve creative, be more in the moment of where that consumer is, that's obviously a fantastic thing. And that's where data comes in. The ability to now use and leverage data in programmatic environments or through an automated buy, it's just going to make the medium so much stronger and better, and I think that advertisers really like that, and ties into all these different types of buys. So that is an opportunity, and we're kind of there now. The other thing I would say is certain verticals that really are interested in out of home now, such as pharma, which is a huge opportunity for the industry. Anyone who's watched anything on television lately know that it's oversaturated with pharma ads and insurance and categories like that, and it just becomes a little much. Now you can do pharma ads, and out of home is a broadcast medium too, right? So either you can extend the message beyond TV and pick it up on billboards, but we're also seeing a lot of buys coming from that vertical into out of home where they traditionally hasn't been. We've found ways to solve for disclaimers and other things that previously have hindered. So that's a huge opportunity. And then I think on the vertical side, another opportunity that has been amazing this year has been around big cultural events, such as FIFA, for example, which is ongoing right now back in the States. And we pretty much sold out all the inventory in the locations where the games are being played. And that's really where out of home hits above its weight, is around those types of events. So there's a lot of exciting things going on.
Anna, as you mentioned, there's a lot of exciting things going on in out of home. There's so many opportunities that you touched on. But looking ahead, how should out of home be positioned in conversations, particularly conversations at Cannes, about media strategy and budgeting?
Well, I think, again, it comes down to the goals of the brand, but you should not ever overlook the opportunity to connect with the consumer right then and there where they are, and how easy it is to find our audiences in comparison to what you would experience if you're doing a traditional digital media buy. So I think thinking of out of home as something like that, thinking about it as something that's part of a broader media buy, not a standalone, which it really has been. It's been very stunty. It's been a lot about upper funnel advertising. We're building brand, we're launching a product, let's use out of home. And it's very powerful in that sense, and it's great that it's being used that way. But I think advertisers should also think about it as a performance medium. And again, the ability to use data and reach audiences more broadly is going to help with that. So I think we should be part of that conversation. And then, I say this every year I'm here, out of home, or Cannes is just one large out of home execution. Let's just face it. Billboards, signage, activations, experiences everywhere, all out of home, promoting products that are not out of home. So I hope advertisers take that to heart and see that it really works.